Morning. All right. How is everybody this wonderful morning? I hope we all got some sleep. I hope we all know what we're doing. Make sure you grab your journal and let's get to this today. So today is Wednesday, which means clean out the refrigerator, um, which is not happening on live because, well, I have a little man who's still sleeping and I don't want to wake him up. Hence the reason why a few dishes are still sitting there. I'm not waking him up doing this. Um, Clean out the refrigerator, check the pantry, check the supplies in the kitchen, check the supplies in the bathroom. Make sure you have enough money in the bank to buy said groceries for errand day tomorrow or maybe errand days today. However you run it, I just give you these because these are the days of the week that Fly Lady has set up. So that's what we're running off of. I need to charge my watch. So let's get this thing charging before we get going on everything else. So otherwise I won't be able to count my steps today. And that's very important for me. Okay. So we know about what we're doing. Also, try to plan meals. If you can't or don't want to or not ready yet to think about an entire week, which we're going to get there in about 2 weeks, I think is what I set up. Um, Start thinking about maybe either the style of meal you want to have throughout the week or the protein or the protein that you want to have because that works for vegetarian and non-vegetarian. So think about those. Think about those. All right. So up, dressed to shoes, hair, and face. Done. I'm dressed to do, not dressed to don't. I feel great in what I'm wearing, even though it is shorts and a t-shirt. My hair is done. My makeup's done. My nails are done. I feel good. I'm ready for today. Eat all your meals, drink all your water, take all your meds. I've already had 2 cups of water. I am on my tea. So now, before each meal, cup of water, and then tonight, 2 cups of water before I go to sleep. Your loving movement. I will be doing my yoga. Maybe we will be going for a walk again tonight. We went for another walk last night, except if we're going for a walk, we are not going as late as what we did last night because that little boy then came home and wanted to read, and he was up late. So, all right, pamper yourself. What are you going to do today to pamper yourself? It could be something as simple as taking 2 seconds or 30 minutes watching a TV show, 2 seconds to just sit and stop and enjoy the weather, or just even a couple minutes out to sit and breathe, meditate. What are you going to do? All right, and all those go for us as well as the kiddos. So let's make sure we do them. Now, if it would stay just like this, I would be happy. Cleaning weekly home blessing. If you were not at my Monday home blessing blitz, make sure you get your 8 minutes done throughout the week. Um, and if you weren't at my 8 minute or my weekly home blessing blitz on Monday, why not? So we will be doing it every Monday. So make sure you join. Get a lot of stuff done in 30 minutes. Okay, make the bed, preferably with nobody else in it. This sets a tone in our bedroom. It immediately makes our bedroom look cleaner and it gives us something very nice and comfy to crawl into at the end of the day. Swish and swipe. Come on now. It takes two. Oh, that's the other video I wanted to do. I'll write that down now. I'll write it down now. Because that is the habit of the month next month. So we're going to make a new video. We made one like 3 years ago for the old channel on Swish and Swipe, and we're going to make a new one. Okay. Laundry, one full cycle, sort, wash, dry, fold, put away. Okay. Doesn't matter when you start it. Start it in the evening, start it in the morning. Just make sure you get that one full cycle done each 24 hours. So say you wash at 7 o'clock at night. By 7 o'clock tomorrow night, you should be starting to wash and everything else is done. Do not start another load until all your load is done. Put away, the whole works. Because otherwise we have a habit of piling up the laundry, and then instead of it only taking maybe 5 or 10 minutes for us to put the stuff away, it takes 20 to 30. That's no fun. Okay, hot spots, 3 of them, 2 minutes each. This and the room rescues, 3 of them, 5 minutes each, are the ones that I hear so often that fall off. We'll worry about the bed, we'll worry about the sink, we'll worry about the laundry, we'll worry about everything else, and the hot spots and the room rescues are the ones that fall off. The hot spots and the room rescues are extremely important. Extremely important, unless you subscribe to the notion of pick up, put away when you're done. Picking up and putting away when you're done will eliminate the 2-5. So, but come on now. 21 minutes to make yourself feel better looking at your home. It is definitely worth it. So try it. Your mission for today is, okay, get ready. We're going dusting in the living room and or family room. So you're going to dust the tops of the door jambs. You're going to dust the picture tops, the curtain tops, the moldings, the ceiling corners. All those wonderful things that we normally don't think about needs to get dusted today. If you noticed on the Home Blessing Blitz, if you go back and you watch that, I actually dusted those when I was going through, short of climbing up on my couch and getting the other top pictures. Okay. Kids need to do their 5-minute room rescue, pick up their room with it, and make their bed, and of course do their chores. Planning. Grab that planner. You should already have it. I asked you to grab it before we ever even started with this, and this is why. Take a look at those 3 goals that you set for yourself last night. Are they still applicable to this morning? Do you have other things that have come up that you now need to get out of your head so the idea stops looking at you? Get that down on a mind dump page or a free the brain page or whatever. Whatever you want to call it, put it there. And then take a couple minutes and look to see where they're going. What is the next action to complete that step? Like I talked about last night in live. We don't need to get completely nitpicky. Break it down, but don't get nitpicky. Something that is one action gets lumped together. So if you're cleaning out the top shelf of the refrigerator, that is one action. Wiping it down is one action. Going through the food and making sure that it's all good is one action. So those are the next 3 steps to cleaning up the top of the refrigerator. Okay. What did you write down for dinner? Is it still going to happen? I don't know. Is it? Do you have everything you need? Is everything prepped? And then, what are your appointments you have for today? Let's make sure we get there. Let's make sure we're not scheduling other things too close. Let's make sure when we're given something about a party or a doctor's appointment or an event or something, it immediately goes into the calendar you're going to check most. And I say that because we were talking about a hybrid system. Now, I have my Google Calendar. I love my Google Calendar. I have my wall calendar. I love my wall calendar. But I check my journal the most. So when I get an event or something like that, it goes in my journal first. And from there, it gets transcribed to everywhere else. Okay. That's it for this morning. Good morning, Brooke. How are you this morning? Good. Are you using a journal system since we're constantly talking about journals lately? And does it help you? I'd like to know because I'm nosy that way. I'm trying a different product in my hair today with all the humidity and stuff. I want to see if it tames the frizz. And I think it's a little heavy. You're not consistent. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about finding time in our day to become consistent to go to that journal. And a lot of times it's hard to be consistent, especially if you don't carry the journal around. But that's what little temporary journals are for. Unless, of course, that's your big one. And I guess some people don't need it. I do. I like to free up my brain so that way when I'm working on a project, I'm totally focused on that project. I'm not having to think about the 20 other things that I have to do. It's all written down. I don't need to worry about it. I mean, I have an idea, I write it down. I have so many different sections in my journal that it makes it easy for me to use whatever I need. I mean, I've got, during the school year, just sex schoolwork is in there. My cleaning stuff, a journal, notes for, which talks about my notes for the day, how I'm feeling. Okay. Yeah, calendars are a problem for a lot of people. So we will work on that, sitting down, getting to it, writing down in that calendar. And unfortunately, that becomes a habit. It needs to become a habit to where as soon as you get information, it goes to the calendar. I was talking with Sheena last night on the chat. You were here. About how as soon as you get that invite, as soon as you get that notification, it needs to go on the calendar with then enough reminders leading up to the date that you're going to be set. So, and it just takes consistency in doing it. And we will work with it because that's what I'm here for. And I honestly, truly believe that the planner, the calendar, is a life-saving tool. In my calendar, in my old one, I got to get it on my new one, I even had like notes on like birthdays for Giuseppe's favorite cake that he usually asks for. I mean, he can change it up for his birthday, but what does he normally ask for? Traditions I put on there, so like New Year's, we always smoke something and we We'll do fondue and stuff like that. And so I put it down in New Year's so that way when New Year's comes, I remember. For Christmas Eve, we always do clam chowder, so that's written down. Things like that. So my calendar is a journal of the year, basically, and things that have happened. And I think sometimes if we stop looking at it as it's our reminders, it's this and that, but it's a catalog of what happened throughout the year, then it changes the connotation in our brain with it. And sometimes it can become fun to actually do it. So sometimes I think that's what we need to do, is just change that connotation, because it lets me know what I've done throughout the year and where I'm going. So that's why I like it. But I've done this for years, and my mom, oh, thank you. My mom started me with it. She's got her, I knew what you meant. My glasses aren't clean, so it looked like right anyways. My mom started me with notebooks. But like I said, I needed that actual calendar layout, and I started just by drawing it in. And then it was just like, this is getting tedious. So that's when I just started printing it out. Notebooks definitely way, way cheaper, but I like this way more. I can look back at it, and I know when Gisek did his MAPS testing. I know when he had another big test, and I know what he got on it. I know when the guys started going bowling. I know when Juan started his new job. It's definitely a journal of everything that has happened throughout my year. And which is why, I keep them. So that way I can look back at it. Now, once it's like 5 years, you can go, but I only keep the month pages because that basically has everything written down on it. So tonight we're going to talk about making time. Maybe I'll throw in there changing the connotation of what the calendar actually means, like I just talked about, and we'll have some fun with it. And that's the other thing too. If you don't like the way that your planner is set up or your calendar is set up, you're not going to use it. If you don't even like how it looks, you're not going to use it. That's why mine's purple. I love purple. That's why mine also has the Deathly Hallows on the front of it. I love Harry Potter. So it makes me want to go to it. In it, I have, little notes from Gisek that says, I love you, Mom. Can't see it because of the sun. This is supposed to be one of those scratch-off drawings where the black covers it. Well, he liked the entire color. That's in here. Our Starbucks recipes for butterbeer. I believe it's back here. Yeah. Okay. This tag right here is from when my eldest son graduated from boot camp. So this was from Parents Weekend. This one is from when Gisek did his field day. So this one is from when Gisek went to brick and mortar school. His first year, there's some... Oh, that's okay. Oh, I bet. There's some millionaire in the city area, and each principal gets to give one kid a chance to go, and every Christmas this millionaire donates millions, and one one kid? Four kids. Four kids. 4 kids from each school get to go to Target, and he gives them each $70 to spend. And that's what that's from, because Jacek was chosen because of his attitude and everything like that. And the principal just loved him. So Jacek got chosen for that. And then I thought it was so sweet. And I realize I'm reminiscing here. But while he was spending his money there, he actually bought himself and his cousin, who is just 4 days older than him, the exact same shirt. So that way they could match. And because this millionaire was giving to him, he wanted to give to somebody else. So that's why that stays in there. And that's what I mean. I mean, my planner turns into a memory bank of everything. And that's why I find it so important. And maybe that's why I go a little bit overboard with them. But I don't miss appointments. I'm on time. He really is. He really, really is when he wants to be. When we went for our walk last night, he filled up his little pumpkin thing with water. And the whole way there, he's, Mom, do you want some water? Mom, do you want some water? I'm like, no, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. Mom, do you want some water? And finally I looked at him and I said, is it going to make you feel better if I take water? And he said, yes. I said, okay, fine. Give me some water. He likes to think about other people, which is why, unfortunately, in this world, it's so awful, because so many people don't think about other people. But maybe if enough people see him, they will start realizing that it's better to be good to each other than not. Doesn't matter how different we are, it's better to be good to each other than not. So, but he's a little sweetie when he wants to be. Granted, that boy was still up at 9:30 last night because of reading, but, whatever. So, I want to add the note of what the calendar means. Okay. All right. So, I had just said, I think right before you got here, that I keep mine for 5 years. And like once 5 years is done, I get rid of them. Because minus taxes, I believe taxes is 7 years. Anything 5 years prior, you're not going to need. And if there's a little something that happened in that year that, was really special to you, take a picture of it, keep the picture, actually print out the picture. That's the other thing that absolutely I love with these, but annoys the jeepers out of me, is that we take the pictures and they stay on the web. They don't get printed out. So it's actually a project that I have, is that I want to go through and I want to start getting Jacek's photos printed out, so that way he has photo albums just like Dallas does. Just like I did, and just like Juan does. I mean, Juan doesn't have a lot, but he does have a little. So, you know when important things happened and if they're written down on the calendars. So if they're there on the calendars and it really means a lot to you with that calendar space, take a picture of it, get it printed out, and then you've only got to hold on to a little picture as opposed to the whole calendar. Or you can just cut that little square out and do that too. Yeah, I just keep 5 years, and I don't keep the wall calendar. I keep just my journal pages. I did keep my calendar from last year because there's some amazing recipes on that calendar and I want to try them. So that's why I kept the one from last year. But that's done with my recipes. So, which I really need to figure out a different place to put those recipe books. And I just don't know where. Because everything is very, very oh, no problem. No problem. I was always taught that instead of saying those names, you say your own. So, if I get mad, it would be, oh, Renee Marie, instead of saying the other thing. Or I'll head into Greek mythology. I mean, I'm sure many, many times you guys have heard me say, hotter than Hades, stuff like that. So, because we don't, or we try not to. All right, guys. I have to get on to my next session, and I will talk to you all this evening. We're going to work a little bit with meal planning and stuff like that. We're going to look at getting our lists. We're going to talk about to make time to sit down with the planners, over and double booking, and then what the calendar actually stands for, at least in my eyes, and hopefully soon in yours. So, have a great day. I will see you all tonight. Bye. Now the sun comes up.